We are live, gentlemen and ladies. How is everybody? We are live, gentlemen and ladies. Who's the
Guilty. What idiot did that today?
Not this one.
Everybody was rushing, and it was TJ.
Oh no, I was guilty too. I was guilty.
Nice. We had a twofer.
It happens.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
Well, so how's everybody's week going?
Mine's going fantastic, man. I am basing. Well, I'm actually rebasing almost all my models for LVO. I'm fixing the bases because when I bought the Army, the bases were done, and they are not up to my par.
I got chassis to paint.
Chassis, nice.
Painting some chassis.
Almost like said chappies.
Chappies. You're painting chappy?
Is chappies a thing?
You know, there's these things you put on your like pants. You know, chaps.
Oh, like a cowboy.
Yes, just like those.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Cowboy, baby.
Some people's brains are in the clouds and some people's minds are in the dirt.
So what are you working on, Sean? You're not like doing stuff.
Right now?
Oh, jeez. Yep. Assless chaps, really?
Hey, what I do on Thursday nights is none of your concern.
Oh, I'm
Why
never
only on Thursday?
What's that?
Why only on Thursday? It's for every occasion.
No, that's for definitely for Thursdays, because Fridays is straight up Fridays. I don't do anything on Saturdays and Sundays. Mondays is kind of like a meh day, Taco Tuesday, and hump day. So
I got sad because you know how I was working on this thing?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I saw someone post in like a Utah page or something. They did the same thing.
To the T?
No, it still had one little cathedral things. It didn't have the fence. I mean, it wasn't as good as this.
So that means it needs to be bigger then.
You're right. You're right. I just like this out to the side.
This big.
Oh,
carries this burden.
Instead of get rid of his lower legs and replace them with sarcophagus.
Oh yeah. Just like a big sarcophagus just sitting right here?
Yeah, from like the knee down to the ankle.
Yeah.
Or instead of that, like the little banner that hangs between his legs.
Yeah.
Put like a sarcophagus swinging down there.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Or a dead body thing. You know that one fantasy bit that has the spike through the chest? And has the ropes holding up the body?
Mm.
Oh, I got it. You put like a metal shaft and have two like bells next to it.
Yep, 2 bells and a big freaking like a
those wind chime things, right?
Yeah.
Ding ding ding. 2 metal balls beside it. That'd be awesome.
I should just get like poxwalkers or zombies to carry it. Like just to hold it up right here.
What, the balls?
Like, you know how like they carry the sarcophagus at like the wake or whatever when they go bury the people?
Okay.
They could be like the bearers.
Oh, bad news.
Yeah.
The bad news bears?
And then I can call it the Bear of Bad News Night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez.
Like, this is how we come up with ideas. That's brainstorming.
I know that's how Mr. Miller has that nice, awesome pirate ogre stuff, because, when you toss around ideas and then he does them, they look amazing.
This looks like he skipped leg day.
There's no real point in putting anything in between his legs because you're not going to be able to see. It's going to be blocked by his cathedral.
Yeah, well, that's not necessarily his legs. This be any knight's legs.
So what? No true line of sight.
Well, I always, yeah, that's true because I always get Look, always get cover.
Yep.
Built-in cover.
I mean, it's almost dang coldish.
50% covered.
Hey, TJ.
What's up?
Hey, do you have that Slaughter Priest still?
Yeah, I do. I was going to bring it up this weekend.
Okay, good. Because I have all my base coating, all the base coating and layering is done except for 6 bikes and that converted captain.
Hey,
So,
hey, Ultramarine says so. That's what it is, baby. Right there, Ultramarines.
yes, it is Ultramarines. Anyways, yeah, if you can get that up there on Saturday.
The Ultramarine will definitely bring the solid priest for you, John.
Thank you.
Imperial for life.
I knew I could rely on the Ultramarines.
Ew. I don't think anyone's relied on Ultramarines.
Colts fan?
Wash your mouth out, sir.
Just threw up in my mouth. He called me a Colts fan. Oh.
Isn't that the emblem for the Colts?
No. The emblem for the Colts is
it's a horseshoe.
It's a big pile. It's an emoji. It looks like poop. It looks. I'll put it in the YouTube chat. Let's see here. This is the Colts emblem right there. There we go. It's been fixed.
Okay.
How much more stuff do you have to do, TJ, for your army?
So I have 4 more Iron Striders to base.
That's not too bad.
10 more Rust Stalkers to base. Finish rebasing. And then after that, I got to make my board.
That's all. 2 weeks.
That's it, man. I'm ready to go.
I've got 5 brutes left to base, and then I'm going to bring them all back down from basing them and start doing more highlights of metal. Then I got to finish the war boss on the mount, or the war boss on the dragon, and then finish detailing the dragon that was on Lexicanum today. Just want to point that out there.
Anyways, let's get on to something more relevant.
And then later on, I will discuss the new Dink Troll box for people that are looking at these models. I will let you know what's in them because it is new, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody done anything. So I just want to mention what's in this box.
Awesome.
And TJ, I'm on my way to I'm painting. So I just got my first little step in the door with Lexicanum. Now I'm going to shoot for the stars.
Well, I mean, that beats all of us, man.
No, you're at Games Workshop.
Yeah, I guess I am. That's right.
Well, both of you just now have raised the bar, and so now as soon as I get done with LVO, I've got a project.
Ooh.
I gotta admit though, the dragon wasn't even finished, and that's what if you look at the picture of the nose ring, I didn't even paint the nose ring, and it's all kind of chippy on the top because of games. So it's like.
So
I'm gonna finish up that Castellan and a little bit more to it, and take some proper pictures so I can load it on Instagram.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, somebody needs to show me how to use that light box there at the shop properly, or show me how to use the camera so I can once I get all the highlighting done on all these models, so I can start showing them off.
Last time I checked, GW has a really cool little snippet of how to use a light box.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, but
Actually,
I trust you.
What you should really do is ask TJ because his stuff looks profesh.
Yes, I know. That's why I want to. But I need to finish my guys first because even with all the layering, I think they look pretty good right now with all the layers, but I need to do all the highlighting and the basing. But once I get that done, then I will rely on TJ's expertise.
I'll show you. It's very easy. What kind of phone do you have?
Yeah, let's not talk about how old my phone is.
Okay, it may be a little more difficult than John.
I think I got my phone right after flip phones have went out of style. So.
Oh, nice. I mean that's GW quality pictures, so we'll go with that.
Yeah. You might want to upgrade to the potato phone. I mean, that might do you better quality.
I need to upgrade. It's time. I think I'm 2 years past. Okay, I got a Samsung 5 Galaxy S Delta 9er Charlie.
Oh,
whatever.
I'm sure I could take some good pictures with it.
There's always Photoshop,
Yeah. Well, I do need to get a new phone, so I'll look at doing that.
Did you have a potato camera?
No, we just said that
Yeah.
Like he's behind.
I was actually behind because I was trying to reach this very carefully without dropping everything.
Doesn't it make you good at it?
And washing my models.
With
You're
soap.
washing them. You're supposed to do that before you paint, man.
Mhm.
Huh? What?
You're supposed to wash your models before you paint them.
Oh, no, not with soap. They're plastic.
You're supposed to wash plastic, man. You got to get the mold release off.
I know. You've already sold John on it.
On what?
Not this John.
Other John?
The
Yeah.
Viking John.
Yeah, dude. Anytime you buy a model, man, wash it. Get that junk off there. So,
Yeah.
so I
We got
guess.
a lot to talk about.
I mean, is there anything? Did we see anything come out? Did any new like beta rules drop that may have like broken the internet?
Oh my god! I tell you,
Land Raider, was it Crusaders on the field?
yeah. As a TO, I was really dreading seeing all the posts about the new beta rule because people just lost their mind.
Yeah.
Reading way too far into it, and even GW on their community, not a community page, but their Facebook page, it came out and was basically not putting people on blast, but saying, well, there's always that one guy. Well, there's a lot of that one guy. You military guys will recognize the 10% rule,
Okay.
and there's a lot of people that are thinking that awesome new bolter drill, whatever beta rule.
Yeah,
they're saying that you get to. Some people, a tiny percentage, were saying you basically double the double. So, if it's like a hurricane bolter, now you're getting
24
shots instead of 12. They're not taking the time to reading the text, and it's a little ridiculous the way people have been acting. And GW had on a couple, there actually multiple sites were like, look, this is just basically read it. Don't read in too much into it. If it's saying double the weapon profile like you normally would, that's what you're doing.
Yep.
Very frustrating.
Normal bolter at 24 inches, I don't get 4 shots, John.
No, I'm sorry, dude.
Well, that's just hootenannies and poops.
I know. What I think is worse, and I understand a little bit where people are coming from. They're also up in arms that Sisters of Battle and Adeptus Custodes don't benefit from that. And Games Workshop, they put on that whole article that this is something from 2nd edition. This is the rapid fire rule came out just for Marines to reflect their style of combat.
Yep.
And this is how they translated that onto the tabletop. People are like, well, don't Sisters of Battle use bolters? Don't Custodes use a bolter type? Why aren't they benefiting as well? It comes down to different military tactics. So it's I don't. What's that?
I'd say it's rough for us veterans that know the style of gameplay over the years, and then you got the young pups coming in going, "Oh, we didn't get a trophy for finishing last either. Why not? And we don't know how to read. So tell us how to play the game." And I'm like, just stop what you're doing, open up a book, and read. Go do some history. Do some fact check.
Assume my literacy.
I get it. It in a way it does make sense. Hey, Sisters of Battle have been using bolters, and Custodes have been using it just as long as Marines have, but it's a different type of tactics. Like an infantry unit is going like a regular foot and ski. I think you're infantry.
I was a combat engineer and a network guy afterwards.
Okay, so combat engineers, you fight a little differently than, say, an infantry squad or a support weapon squad, or Green Berets. Everybody has a different fighting style.
I thought armies just went pew pew pew.
No.
My bad guy.
Infantry, right, John? Infantry go pew pew pew. Combat engineers go, "Oh, you need a boom? We got you."
Yeah. Yes, but even with in a firefight, with just your personal weapons.
Yeah.
You guys are still not doing that stand-up fighting that an infantry platoon would do.
Yep.
So everybody's got different levels of training, and I don't think people understand that Just because you all have the same weapon doesn't mean you fight the same way.
It's like the Marines before they started implying on the tabletop of the Stalker Bolter. And I'm gonna get into this a little bit because I read somebody about rules and Stalker Bolters. Oh, they're no good anymore and everything like that. It's like, stop for a second. Look back who used to only have the Stalker Bolters. Look at stories. They were the sniper rifle bolter guns, not the scout sniper rifles, but it was a bolter that was designed to shoot long distance. And that was the training of the squad that used those. It wasn't any Marine. I mean, and we've done it. I know, John, you've done it, where we picked up someone else's rifle in the qualification rounds, didn't zero with it, and still qualified with it.
Yeah.
Because we know how to shoot. That's all it comes down to, is understanding how to shoot the gun. And Marines can do the same thing, but they're not specialized in it. So that's where the difference is. It's the Stalker Bolter versus the regular bolter. That guy is going to be more proficient on one of the two, not both usually. Because there's two different shooting story arc-wise. Fluff. TJ, yes.
I have a question. Are they going to fix Terminator armor like Fluff to where you can fire a heavy weapon and not get a -1 penalty?
Well, I can answer that.
No?
Well, see, I had a lengthy discussion with the rules team the other day when we were just having coffee over in Nottingham, and they said no.
Oh, they did.
That's it. They just said no. The rules are as they are.
Okay.
Sorry,
Oh,
TJ.
because with these new segments that are coming out on White Dwarf, I picked up my old Index Astartes and I reread Terminators. They talked about Terminator suits, and they talked about being able to fire heavy weapons with pinpoint accuracy because it's got stabilizers and joints in there. Okay. Well, at least they fixed storm bolters now, so I get 4 shots at 24 inches. That's
yes. I suspect when maybe late this year or probably summer of next year, when the next Space Marine Codex comes out.
Oh,
that might. I'm thinking 2020.
Summer of this year when Space Marine Codex comes out?
What's that?
You mean summer of this year? Because they're like, Space Marines are doing well. Boom! New Space Marine Codex.
Well, they can actually fix that with, hey, let's put out a campaign book that makes all these models really good. Now people are going to be wanting to buy Centurions and Primaris Marines, and yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that today at work, about Centurions.
With
their heavy bolters and their chesticle cannons.
Yeah, I mean, I want 36 shots at 24 inches.
Yeah, I wonder which one's going to be more point efficient, the a standing still unit of aggressors or the Centurions with, like you said, the heavy bolters and the hurricane bolters. I wonder which one more point efficient.
You know what, John? I'm going to point them out for you. Let's see what's more effective while y'all continue to talk about other stuff.
All right, I appreciate that. Go for a 6-man squad of each.
6-man squad of each. I will do that, sir.
All right.
I know. I think Space Wolf Great Hunters are good again. Just with that bolter rule.
Well, I'll tell you the one to watch for, especially at LVO, Death Watch.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to be able to use that rule for LVO.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. Watch for it at Adepticon.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's going to be the key there. I mean, I think Death Watch is going to rise up. They're kind of like a dark horse in the whole Codex race, and I don't think people are really taking advantage of them, especially with all these new point drops after chapter approved and all those special bolter abilities that they have, all the stratagems. I think they might actually creep up. They still need some support. I wouldn't be surprised if, I doubt the top 8, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe a top 32 we see a Death Watch and probably a Night List, like a Castellan and a couple Helvrins or something.
Don't you think that beta rule is going to also help Grey Knights a ton?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Grey Knights that boosted Grey Knights up big time. They're going to benefit like nobody else. But yeah, I think between them, Grey Knights and Death Watch, they're going to benefit the most. And I think Ultramarines, especially, I think with their using any of that stuff out of Vigilus, I think they're going to benefit the most too.
Something we haven't brought up and other people are talking about is those little Those little chubby Marines.
Yeah, I've been kind of holding off.
Oh wait, the toys.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I think I saw a really good meme. It was, "Hey honey, I bought those Warhammer models you've been talking about," and it had a little Funko Pop for a gift.
Yeah. You know what? If I had somebody buy me the Ultramarine Funko Pop one, I would not be displeased. It looks pretty snazzy.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna end up buying all of them because I already got some of my favorite stuff from video games, and I'm just gonna end up buying all these.
Yep. I've got a Cade 6 and a Tiny Tina.
Hmm.
Tiny Tina from Borderlands. If anybody's ever.
Yep.
and she voiced actress. She voiced a character in PlayStation game Battleborn, I think it is.
Oh, cool. Yes, we're nerds. You're a nerd because you're on this too, Surreal.
You
Right.
nerds.
Nerd.
Yeah, you know those Funko Pop. We mentioned it last week or the week before when they first popped up. I think this is definitely a positive move in the direction for Games Workshop. This is going to start opening up. You're going to start seeing a lot more. I think almost pop culture related stuff coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if new video games start hitting the market. They already got comic books out there.
There's a new tabletop coming, an actual board game for Age of Sigmar actually coming. I think it's a resource builder.
Yep.
There's gonna be more normies.
There right now, besides the Risk Warhammer 40,000, there is a Warhammer 40,000 game based on the franchise for Heroes of Normandy. It's a tabletop board game, but it's almost like playing Warhammer 40K, but you're using little token pieces, and the detail on them is really good. It's a recreation of the whole Black Reach campaign, and it's actually a really good game. So they're really starting to branch out. So I think that we're going to see something big in the next year or two.
And this old vet's been complaining about the whole sales department and PR department. There was none. It didn't even exist. It was like, no, we're not doing anything. And then now all of a sudden it's like, boom, we're doing it all.
Man, I tell you, once they got rid of Tom Kirby, things turned around big time for them. My only hope or fear, I guess, is that they don't go too out of control and oversaturate the market and get too far ahead of themselves without, kind of regulating not only the IP but how much money they're putting out there for all this stuff. I think right now they're doing it the right way. I mean, they're putting out some board games for like WizKids and I can't think of the name of the company. Ulysses North America, Cubicle 7, a couple other companies, but
you don't see it's not even like an equal, how I put it, an equal blend between any of their tabletop games. It's a lot of it, like 80% of it, it's all 40K related.
Yeah.
Now, if they equal it out, because I mean, we all know, I hate to say it's not just because I play it, but the Age of Sigmar models are really gorgeous. Like some of the top line models I've seen in a long time. And 40K, it's that grim dark, and that's the game itself and the stories. But it'd be just great. I don't think they could oversaturate. I think they could just saturate in the wrong department, and that will cause their downfall.
Yeah. I mean, they do have some other Age of Sigmar games out there. They've got that license through WizKids, Fall of Envelor or something like that. It's a board game.
They had that rat one.
The rat one. Then they also have the one with the Slayer or the Troll Slayer or the Goblin or some sort of Slayer, Fire Slayer one. I can't remember what it was called. I can see the cover in my head, but
I can't remember what it's called. I've seen it.
So they are branching out, and I'm really hoping that. I mean, they're really gateway games, and I bet you inside each one of those, there's a little slip of their normal advertisement. They're like, "Oh, check us out on our website and see more about their miniatures and everything like that." Kind of like what they do in the back of all the novels.
Yep.
So,
yeah. Or the comic books, the big
comic book. Yep. And speaking of books, those Warhammer Adventures are the ones for the kids. I thought I saw that they're coming up to be available for purchase in next week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys have kids, or if you want them for yourself, like myself, and I'm sure a couple of these guys,
I am the kid.
be watching out for that.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to hear Matt and Billy as characters in audiobook, even though it's mostly, I think both of them are females, though. The lead roles in both books are female, aren't they?
Yeah, the other book, Catherine Tate played Donna Noble. She's doing the voice of an Inquisitor, but that's actually that's in a different audio drama.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking the two kid ones. I think that the plot is revolved around both are female leads, even though Matt's voicing one of them. I think it's when he did the interview I watched. I think he was talking about it, but I could be wrong.
Female lead BK, and the Age of Sigmar one is a male lead, I believe.
Oh, it's she. I think it's
you could be right. It's not like we don't have access to the internet.
Well, Billy was talking. They both did do live feeds, like the interviews of the book. And she was like, had no clue about this universe. And once she got into the universe, because she's doing the Age of Sigmar one or the 40K one, whichever one she's doing, she didn't realize it. And she's now fallen in love with the story behind the whole world universe. And then Matt on the other side was the same way, but they both brought up females, like major females in both books. So,
cool.
Yeah. Either way, it's gonna be great. You're gonna have two amazing actors / actresses voicing some probably great stories.
I think it'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
So well,
I did some number crunching for you, John.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So here's the deal. Aggressors. Now, since you said 6 aggressors, right?
Correct.
I decided that's a total of 12 wounds. So I built a Centaurian Devastator squad with 12 wounds. So you can see the benefits between the two. So the aggressor squad with auto-storm bolt gauntlets and frag-storm grenade launchers, right? It's 222 points. So with that, you get 72 bolter shots, right? At 18 inches.
Okay.
If you don't move, of course, you fire twice, right? And that gives you 144 bolter shots at 18 inches, right? And then on average with the Fragstorm grenade launchers, you're going to roughly average about 21 to probably 22 D6 shots with them because you get D6 each.
Right.
That's 18 inches as well. So, but the thing is, it's all 18 inches, strength 4, no rend, 1 damage, right?
Okay.
So comparable, in order to get 12 wounds on a heavy support for Centaurian Devastators, you have to take 4. So the benefit with that is, well, it's 280 points, right?
Right.
So you get an average of 24 bolter shots. You get 48 bolter shots at 24 inches, right? But the thing is, and then you also get 24 heavy bolter shots, which is strength 5, -1, right? At 36 inches.
Right.
But the one thing that I think can separate the two, you get more shots and everything with the aggressors, hands down, right?
Right.
But with the Centaurians is you get heavy bolters, which are better because they're strength 5, -1. So you're wounded more often. But then also with the Centaurians, you're ignoring cover.
Oh.
So in this day and age, like turn 1, if they want to enact that stratagem, you're going to ignore it. Or if they're in a building, you ignore that cover. So the threat range, I think, of the Centaurians they're more points. But the aggressors also have their battlefield roll too. I think it just depends on what you want to go with. Because they're both toughness 5 with a 3-up save.
Well, isn't there, I don't have the Vigilus book, but isn't there some stratagem or something that lets them fire double or something like that, or fire.
Sorry, I forgot. Centurions are a 2-up save, so you do get a better armor save.
Oh, okay.
While the
Wow.
aggressors are a 3-up, so that's huge right there too as well.
What's the difference in points?
58 points.
58-point difference. So the Centurions are cheap or more expensive.
More expensive. 58 points. They're more expensive, but you do get better threat range. You ignore cover, and you have a 2-up save.
Wow.
Because they're both toughness 5. The only thing with the aggressor squad is the aggressor squad is better in close combat if you get assaulted, because you have the auto-strong bolter gauntlets, that are basically power fists.
Yeah, and then with the Centurions, you're just looking at 1 attack at strength 5, I think.
1 attack, 2 attacks at strength 5.
Oh, 2 attack. Yeah, that's not very good.
So it's kind of a toss-up on what you're going to utilize the squad for.
Well, and part of that, the aggressors have got to be stationary to benefit from the double shooting.
Yep.
But I really think that there's a. And I don't let me jump on chat just in case anybody put it up. I think there's a new strat in that Vigilus book lets you fire twice, or I might be thinking of the.
No, in Vigilus, the only thing that has anything with Centurions are the Imperial Fists.
Okay, well that's what I'm thinking. Is maybe maybe it's something to do with the Crimson Fists and the White Dwarf that came out this month. Maybe they have some. Maybe not a strat. Maybe I don't know.
I'm looking for
But
that.
still, okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Now with Imperial Fist, though, the thing is, if you are using Imperial Fist, they do have the bolter drill, which anytime you roll a 6, you generate another hit. Imperial.
Okay.
So I think it's kind of a toss. It depends on what battlefield role you're trying to support.
Well, and then if you add in the that new bolter beta roll, which is kind of what this whole thing was about.
Yeah.
That makes the Centurions a lot more effective.
Well, yeah, they still have 48 shots, but it is a 24-inch range. So,
right. 20. So you're getting more range.
Yep.
Ignoring cover, and then of course, if you're looking at them being Imperial Fist, okay. Because the reason why I'm asking is I'm like been away from making a Space Marine army for like 4 months now, and I've got like hives and a rash, and I'm like nervous wreck because I'm not painting Space Marines. So after Vegas, I think I'm going to do another full. It'll probably be a full Primaris army.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the Excoriators. If anybody's read Legion of the Damned book,
amazing book. Thank you.
I know I have read it now 8 times. I love this book. I've got actually 2 copies, one for the house, and then one's in my car. So whenever I'm like stuck in traffic or I'm waiting in line for something, I've got that book. I can just crack open and start reading, and I'm not even exaggerating.
Yeah, that book does such a great job on every little aspect of either Marines, Chaos, civilians, the Legion of the Damned, it's just amazing. But I found the stratagem you're talking about. So the stratagem you're looking at is called Bolter Drill in the White Dwarf, Crimson Fist, 1 command point. Use the stratagem just before a Crimson Fist infantry unit attacks in the shooting phase until the end of the phase. Each time you make a hit, roll of a 6+ for a model from the unit firing a bolter weapon. The model can immediately make another hit roll using the same weapon at the same target. These bonuses attacks cannot themselves generate any further attacks. For the purpose of this stratagem, a bolt weapon is any weapon profile whose name includes the word bolt. Duty's Burden and Pedro Canto's Dorn's Arrow are also bolt weapons.
And that's
that's the identical Imperial Fist one in the Space Marine Codex.
interesting.
Well, so the Excoriators are descendants of Imperial Fist. So, man,
Awesome.
Yeah, so John, I think it just depends on what you're going to do. If you're doing all Primaris army, aggressors are going to be amazing. So
yeah. I mean, I think Primaris of the future. We've only scraped the surface of what GW's got in store for the Primaris Marines. I think between now and next year, we're going to see. If we don't see brand new models, I think what we're going to be seeing is the first previews of new Primaris stuff.
You know the highs from not painting a Space Marine army. Have you ever thought that maybe it's because you've gone away from chaos, and so you're going back to the Space Marines and you're getting hives?
But he's
No,
doing primaires. They're already chaos, so he's going back to chaos. It's all good.
Oh,
man, what your mouth out?
Because they were designed just to infiltrate the Space Marine chapters. So for when the day chaos erupts, they hit a flip switch, and then all the primaires turn into chaos.
And let me guess, Ferris Manus is still alive, and so is Sanguinius too, right?
No, actually they're not, because they were sacrifices for Gilliman. So when Gilliman came back, he could be the next chaos god when they do flip.
Ski just left. I thought that was TJ. I thought TJ left was like, all right, I'm done.
I'm about to be done with you people. No, it's craziness.
Man. Okay, well that's still an interesting.
I got Ski spitting them facts.
It's okay. John's still going to paint up Ultramarines.
Yep.
No. I'm not painting Ultramarines. Not again. Or Crimson Fist. I'm done doing blue. I'm definitely going to be doing the Excoriators because that white ceramic looking armor is going to be, I think, perfect.
Are you going to make a squad of their Marines that were in the cathedral? I don't want to because that
I'm doing the 5th Company.
Oh my god, that's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, it might be the remnants of the 5th Company, and if I include a chapter master, it's of course going to be you know who.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm
Okay, so when you do, you got to add the dude that was in the grave that they found after.
Oh yeah.
And then, but you got to make his base represent that.
Oh, beautiful.
Because that blows your mind. Like the whole story is just mind blowing. So
yeah. I've already started ordering bits for that project too. I've got the shoulder pads with the excoriator symbol on it. I've already got 20 of those coming just to get started, and I ordered some custom helmets for it. So,
well, if they ever do Legion of the Dam in plastic, I would do Legion of the Dam. I promise you.
Oh yeah. But sorry, I got sidetracked.
Yep. God, that book's amazing. Sorry.
Oh. Tyler had asked the same question I was going to ask you about the book.
What's that?
See if another human reads it to you.
Oh, Audible.
Yeah.
I think I replied back on there. No, I don't think they did have.
I know he did a quick search and found it didn't.
Okay.
What?
Is it the battle one about where they go to the 5th Marine battle?
No, Legion the Dam goes to a grave world.
But initially they're at the Feast of Blades.
Yes. I don't want to. Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about, Ski or TJ? Never mind.
Yeah, 5th Marine battle novel, right?
I don't know. It's a white book.
Right here.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, yeah.
An amazing book.
It's horrible.
Oh.
Man. We're not friends.
Yeah. Yeah, right? No.
So, Ski, do you have any rumors, by the way?
The only thing that I've got is what's going on pre-order, some prices of that stuff.
When's the price hike happening?
February.
Yep.
Yes, 20 cents per pot of paint. Oh my god.
Breaking the bank.
I think. I mean, I got to see live feed of the new Troll Sagespire army being played. They got it a week early because they were a part of a club. So there's a lot of these clubs now that I know for a fact now. There's a lot of clubs getting a lot of early stuff for playtesting / promoting. And the new Troll stuff. The only thing I mean, that's my biggest rumor. I think is he's not a mage. He can't do magic.
Oh.
So I mean, I don't know. We've got the kill team stuff. Again, I think a lot of the rumors though we're hinted that, but Games Workshop has been nailing them like almost 100% for these last couple weeks. There's not been many rumors because Games Workshop has been throwing it out there for us quicker than some other people can.
I think part of the whole rumor thing is that they've been also kind of keeping it really in-house because with LVO coming up, they're going to do a sneak peek there. Yep. And then the Forge World Day, I think, is in February. Yep. And then Adepticon is in March. So it's like, I really think that's why we're not getting anything. I mean, I speculated that Gene Stealer cults would go on sale this weekend. It wasn't a rumor. It was just me speculating. But it looks like it'll probably be the second week now of February. I saw that it's definitely not this weekend. It's definitely not next weekend. Oh, wait. Maybe it is next weekend, not this coming weekend.
Because we got, what, 2 weeks till LVO?
Right.
Right? Two and a half, basically, 2.5 weeks?
Yeah.
So, I mean, when I went to Adepticon, this is before Games Workshop started going back to these conventions. There was a lot of rumors like throughout the year. But I've noticed too, though, since they've been attending LVO, Adepticon, I think they do. I don't know if they do Nova. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
they do.
Do they? So I've noticed the rumors are a lot shorter, but they're more dedicated when there's nothing going on. So like right now, a lot of things are going on, but we're getting a lot of stuff from Forge World, which is normal.
Yeah. When
big things are going on.
I'm just disappointed. I mean, I guess maybe I got a little too ahead of myself and, full of myself when I, kept getting rumors and rumors. We kept passing them on and stuff kept coming out. Yep. Now, I got nothing to pass on to people. I'm just like disappointed. I don't have anything to pass on except, I don't know if I mentioned it last week. The only rumor that I got leaked out across the pond is, I can't remember the name of it. Free guilds.
Oh, free people.
Is that what they're called? For Age of Sigmar.
Free people.
Yeah, the free people. Something about a free people book on the horizon.
Which I've heard that. I've heard two different rumors on that. I'm glad you brought that up. Those one of those like down. Those rumors that are they're down here. Like you just hear it and you're just like, okay, whatever. It's like a mist. But I heard that it's going to be free people, but I also heard it might contain all the old armies that are order. So like high elves, wood elves, dispossessed, basically dwarfs with free people. And that's a major grain of salt, but I've heard that twice from two different sources that don't even know each other. But again, Games Workshop might be just there's issues with those old armies.
Yeah.
Because of name, the uniform, anything that's already been copyrighted, you have to look at the old armies and go, okay, what are they going to keep? What are they not going to keep? What are they going to change? What are they not going to change? Is it worth making a book? There's a lot of factors in the old armies right now. So
yeah, and that's the thing is that you look at like a lot of the old Empire units. I mean, they're rooted. I mean, a lot of that are armor and their equipment, clothing, everything's very rooted in history.
Yep.
And if you've noticed that Age of Sigmar has really, really moved away from a lot of that historical reference, and especially even in just looking at the pictures of the day-to-day people, even or that book, the Warhammer Adventures book with those kids in it. I mean, the clothing is definitely going away towards kind of a high fantasy versus kind of a European historical look to it.
Yep.
So,
and it's those are the type of things people need to realize and understand. Like everything that Games Workshop does, since it's been a while since they start reformatting everything, it's all about them putting their name on something and owning it, all 100%. They don't like to share. And so, again, we have the free people, and we have all these armies with these names or things that are already done, and so it's really hard to see what they're going to do with that.
Yeah,
cost effective is a big one too.
Yeah, that's what I said, or I didn't say, but you pointed out. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't want to get people all worked up, but that popped in my inbox the other day, and I was like, oh, I got it. Actually, it popped in last week, and I meant to mention it, but
I know the podcasts that they've been doing have been a lot of information on the podcast. If you actually sit back and listen to it and pay attention, you'll pick things out that they might say during a podcast on why they do things, how they do things, what they might be doing. They might answer questions from Facebook, or I know the last podcast they did a lot of, I think they talked about the overlords in the last one too. So for Age of Sigmar. So I really highly recommend listening to their podcast. They do. I mean, I don't know, TJ, I don't know if you agree with me, but I think they do a very good job talking about a lot of different aspects.
Yeah, but these new podcasts they have on, they really have on like game designers, so you get to see the insights of how they design the games, and also how they write rules, all this other stuff, and they drop some hints on stuff that could possibly be coming out, or they're like, oh, so you really get a good insight into the way GW does business.
Yeah, like a new line. I think that podcast are talking about the new line. It takes them over a year.
yeah.
So think about the Gloomspite Gits. Everything that wasn't already made that's new took them at least a year.
Yep.
So, which again, the models are amazing. They did forget some stuff into the army, like the Doom Dive, the catapults, the Doom Divers. Like that's no longer a thing.
I mean, did they forget it, or did they choose not to include it?
They did one of those things like, you know what? They don't need that in their book. We're just going to keep them as the old legacy unit.
Because it makes me wonder if Kings of War has something similar now, and if they do with their orc army or whatever they called, it makes me wonder that could be why they are not including it. If anybody's copied it or has something similar, they might have nixed it.
Sure, and that's Games Workshop. I mean,
Yeah.
one thing that I did notice, I don't know about yourself, Mr. John, is a lot of the Forge World models that are resin or metal, and they're not in an army. When I say like New Age army, I don't feel they're going to get supported much longer in aspects of like mainstream.
Yeah.
Because the big one, and I'm not trying to break this on people's hearts, but like ogres, a lot of the ogre, not Age of Sigmar, the old fantasy ogres, a lot of their models and characters are fine cast. And everyone's like, "Oh, where's the ogre book? Where's the ogre?" And I'm like, it won't happen. That's a lot of models they have to redo. Unless, I mean, they do have a year out. So they could do them all in plastic, but cost effectively, I don't think they're going to.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but that's sucks because ogres are great.
Yeah, because in the podcast they talk a lot about new armies. They talk about bringing out new armies. They don't talk about revamping armies.
Exactly. Yeah. They might take a couple old units that are plastic and tie them into the new units.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's not that much money into redoing armies that have not seen the light of day in a few years. I mean, Space Marines is one thing. That's a top selling army.
Yep.
And it's easy to go, okay, we can keep reproducing this. But like you said, Ogre Kingdom, or hell, back in the day when they had Dogs of War, they didn't sell that much, and they wouldn't. Or that's probably the reason why they didn't do the Empire book, a new Empire armies, because they weren't a great selling army, or Bretonia. So why reproduce something that financially was not successful?
Well, Bretonia was kind of, I want to say they were, I mean, I'm not going to challenge you on this, but I think they were very successful on Bretonia and Tomb Kings. The problem is that they, of course, IP-wise, they couldn't take those names that they did for Age of Sigmar for Bretonians. All those names were named people that they didn't have IP for.
Right.
And they were a great army. I mean, especially if you do the Chalice and the Trebuchet, like it was great. But in the end, I think, I still need to read the Flesh Eater book, but I think they mentioned that they all went to the vampires, and now a lot of them are Flesh Eater courts and stuff like that. Like there's fluff around that. Tomb Kings, Man,
What are you gonna do?
Egyptian skeletons. Everybody does those. Games Workshop's like too powerful.
Yeah.
Own IP. Bye.
And now we're just left with a lot of really cool bits.
Yep.
But I get it. They're wanting to really create an identity for themselves. So a lot of old stuff has got to go out the window.
Yeah.
And I know I've heard people like, oh, I want a new book for my army because I've got all these models. That right there, I think, is also part of the problem. Is they're not going to make money off of just cranking out a book. Yeah, it'd be, hey, could you just throw a little fan service towards us? That'd be great. But it's not going to make them a lot of money. So I don't really foresee them doing Bretonia again or the Empire or the Free People, whatever they're called.
I think me and an individual at our last tournament had a good conversation about Free People and stuff like that. And with all the rumors, I think we'll see a revamp of some kind of order codex. I don't think it's going to be time soon. I really don't. I mean, we're known to be wrong, and it's okay to be wrong and admit to being wrong. But I look at all the old armies, and chaos is up for Age of Sigmar. Like Slaves of Darkness, Everchosen, Slaanesh. Like these are the top three that need some love. Slaanesh. And I'm going to bring this up real quick if people didn't realize this. Back a couple of years ago, Games Workshop came out and says, we are doing a codex for each god. And this is for 40K. I didn't say anything about Age of Sigmar. But then they started making codexes for both, which is smart. We're still waiting on Slaanesh. I think they are the hot topic when it comes to Age of Sigmar. Besides Gene Star Cults, I think that's another good one for 40K. Then 40K's got the Primaris book possibly. Which would be their second book for the year. For Age of Sigmar, it would be Slaves of Darkness. There are rumors of them going back and doing original codexes and revamping all the original armies that are new armies, not fantasy armies, like Ironjaw, Sylvaneth, freaking any of those old school books that need it. Slaves of Darkness, Everchosen, there's a handful of them. But I just don't see, even me being an Ironjaw's player, one of the original books, I don't see them bringing out a new book because it's not cost effective. Because all the units are still the same. The profiles are still the same. There's some changes in the FAQ, but that's why I use digital because it all gets applied to my digital book. I don't have to worry about printing out everything. So I don't. That's what I don't understand. Like for 40K when they brought a new codex, there was significant changes.
Yeah.
Age of Sigmar, there's got to be major changes, and I don't never see Stormcast, good example, and Blades of Khorne when they redid both those books, they added everything, and it was a big revamp.
Right.
That happened, but their model line is huge. So I don't know. I just think I don't know. There's a lot I think. So.
Yeah, I mean, GW's got a plan, and we're just waiting.
For the ride.
Yeah, we're along for the ride.
Yeah.
And if we had real issues, we wouldn't be still playing the game.
Oh, I agree.
Right.
I mean, if you're a Marvel or DC Comics fan, you're the same way because you sit there and watch your heroes die. A year later, they come back because of, I don't know, magic or weird science or whatever. Different universes. Multiverse. I'm the Batman from Earth 653 or whatever.
Batman.
I'm actually Spider-Bat. So, but yeah, we stick with it because we know, we're going to be rewarded in the end. And, we'll have to make a new army. God help me if they ever get rid of Space Marines. I don't know what I'm going to do.
You're fine, man. I'm telling you, you're doing chaos, and so you'll be fine.
But if they get rid of Marines, there will be no Chaos Marines.
There's always chaos. It doesn't have to be Marines. They just look that way.
I know, but I want the Marines.
I want the poster boys because they're so clean and nice.
Thank you. Justification.
You need one of those posters like on Facebook where it's like, you have the different boxes and like what I think I look like, what they my friends think I look like, what my parents think I look like, what I really look like.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
Looking like in Marines. How about them? The night haunts. Not night haunts. What are they called? Them bad guys that are not scary, but they're scary because they use bats.
Oh,
you mean in the Batman of Horus Heresy?
Yeah.
Night
Night
Lord?
Lords?
Yep.
Yeah, that new Night Lords. But dude, the Blood Angels look so sweet.
I don't know, but that Night Lord in the Terminator armor. Oh man.
Tempter is horrid though. I hate to say this.
You think they put the pilot on the outside.
I don't even think it's supposed to be a pilot. I think it's just supposed to be a dead guy out there.
No, it's a pilot.
It's not
Sure.
the pilot. It's not.
I guess it's the way that they posed it and the way they tuned it.
Kidding. I was kidding. You're like,
I'm just
I
looking.
think that's supposed to be a dead guy out there.
It's just.
For me, it's the pose, and I think the paint job is a little too bright. I'm talking like, back when Batman had the real bright blue cape and the yellow and black symbol.
Golden Age.
Yeah, so that's the way I looked at it. I was like, man, that's like a happy, fresh coat of paint. Night Lord does not look intimidating whatsoever, man.
But if you look at the body hanging there, I'm not opposed to a dead person hanging off, especially their chapter, right?
Right.
But that just the one on that one side, I had the picture up, and it just doesn't fit because it's like it just throws it off.
It
really does.
Well, and it looks like they half-assed it. It doesn't even look like they even try to really make it look realistic or well painted. It's like, hey, let's get Todd from accounting to hurry up and paint up a piece of pad. We don't like Todds, and I don't like Todds. If you watch George Carlin, you'll know why.
Oh, amazing guy.
But yeah, I mean, it's that one miniature, and then the other one with him having the chain glaive. I didn't like the way that model came out, but that Terminator, man, I tell you what, I needed some alone time when I saw that miniature.
Okay, so something I'm going to point out that if I've been tracking Horus Heresy when they first started, and they were very adamant saying all of our characters, Marines, kits will not be as bedazzled with stuff like 40K. They went back on their word.
Yeah.
With them. Like, that's what makes me feel like the Terminator's great, but there's so much going on. It's like, that's not what they were like. No, like the helmet.
I mean, I understand. Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna break it down for you guys. So the Night Lords, that is truly Night Lordian, is the captain, I guess you'd say, with that chain glaive. He's got the skin on his leg. But my question is, are these after the Horus Heresy? Like towards Terra?
See?
Are these like at the beginning of the Horus Heresy?
It's not.
I think
at the beginning. There's no way.
Yeah, I think it's at the end.
It's got to be at the end.
Yeah.
Because that's the only reason why they'd be this crazy.
So, but you agree though, right, TJ?
Yeah, I mean, like literally, it's too
Chaosy.
It's too chaosy if it's at the beginning.
Well, when I look at that captain, it's like everything about that model. I mean, mind you, I'm not a sculptor, but I expect better from Forge World.
I expect the best only.
Oh wait.
I mean that right there, the pose of it. I mean, the angle of everything I'm seeing is just like, it almost looks like when they put it together, it was still, the glue and everything was still wet, and they walked away, and it came back, and it just kind of sagged down. You know what I'm talking about? You're laughing. You know what I'm talking about. Yep. And they're like, oh, well, I guess it's stuck that way. We'll paint it, and it'll be good. Todd, get over here.
Literally the Leviathan Dread, right?
Yeah.
So if like I would picture the paint job, you're right, John, is horrid. It's too bright. And that guy that's on the front, okay?
Todd, that's Todd.
If you're going to do Todd like that, there needs to be like blood dripping out of his stomach area, you know?
Yeah.
He needs to be bruised up. He can't be that clean. There's no way he's that clean.
No.
Right.
I mean, when I look at him, I think of Saw the movies. Just, I hate to say it, but like those prosthetics look better than that guy.
You know,
Like,
one of the things with them is Night Lords aren't really scary anymore in our day and age. You know, the skulls, the bat wing thing, like this, and the lighter blue, they're just not scary. And they tried to be like, well, we're gonna make them super scary. Let's put Todd on the front and make no gore, because Todd got dried up. Like that, there should have been blood slung. Like they could have done great stuff with Blood for the Blood God and like make it wherever the swing pattern of him dragging back and forth. Like imagine like a smear, you know, right there at the front chest area, you know, and it.
Yeah, I mean his stomach area, you know, there should be a little bit of that green, what is it, Nurgle's rot or whatever, coming out, like bile pus coming out of his stomach, and then like blood hanging off his, you know, everything else, and then like he should be darker in places and, you know, bruised up with cuts and stuff.
I guess I just feel like it's
too clean.
It's too clean, and besides the, I mean, and I could be wrong. People might hate that Terminator model, but you know, between those two models that I hate and the paint job on all of them, and it just looks to me like they just rushed it, or they've got, maybe it's the new intern or something that's handling it. It's normally when they put out some Horus Heresy models, not only do they look amazing, but the paint jobs are amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I scroll down to look at the Blood Angels, and the paint jobs, I mean, they look good, but they don't look like the quality that I would expect from Forge World or Games Workshop. And the poses, I mean, those new Terminators for the Blood Angels looked like they took the models and kind of stretched them like Stretch Armstrong figures, and made.
But the models, I mean, I don't know. See, I enjoy the Blood Angels more than I do the Night Lords.
True.
So I mean, on Blood Angels, like the paint job does look a little rushed. I feel like that, you know, on their pauldrons, you know, they have the leather things hanging down.
Oh, that's
like one of those should be gems, and they maybe should be green or like a deeper red. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even see the brown.
Yeah, I just don't like it. I'm not sure if that's gold. I can't tell because it kind of blends in with the green, with the brown.
Well, I've got an issue also with the way the proportions, and maybe Clint, I think Clint's on, might be able to pick up on it. It looks like those arms are too high on the Terminator body.
It looks like they have double pauldrons.
Yeah, well, the Terminator, that pattern should have a double pauldron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the Cat Factory pauldron looks really different on these.
Yeah, they do. They, you know, one is supposed to be, they should be a little bit more flush, and they should be a little bit below the main housing of the Terminator armor. If you look at other models, these look off. Now all the designs and the faces, everything look fantastic. Those helmets look awesome, but just the bodies look disproportionate or wrongly proportioned.
It's the legs; they're too skinny.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what's throwing me off.
Usually, Cataphractory armor, it's a little thicker.
Yeah.
And I don't want anybody to misunderstand. I mean, yeah, I am kind of bashing on these models. I love Forge World. I love Games Workshop. I love everything about the Horus Heresy model line. But this is like the first stuff that's come out in a long time, and it just feels like, I know they've had some issues after Alan Bly died over a year and a half ago. I get that. But it almost seems like they pulled all their talent out and put it elsewhere.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, dude. I love their foam shields.
Yes.
Oh, those shields are amazing.
And their swords, I want those swords.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't even know what the sergeant has. What is that, like a
It's a halberd.
halberd giant thing?
Yeah.
It's basically the old. It reminds me of the old Praetorian limited edition Praetorian with halberd. That's all it reminds me of.
Right. But that's like way bigger. It's like bigger and longer ski.
Man, and I even look at that assault cannon or rotary cannon barrel, and it just looks
Messy.
bad. To me, it looks bad. Like the heat bloom or well, not heat bloom, but the discoloration just does not look right.
Well, okay. So then now look at the next picture of the transport. I think it is.
Oh, yeah.
That looks amazing.
Like
Now, with the exception of the treads and kind of like the whole tread section or drive section, that model looks good. It's
Well-
like they put a lot of effort into that one.
But
To
with
me.
the tread system and stuff, that's just the launch. That's just the launch platform. That has nothing to do with the. Like,
Yeah,
that's
Oh,
what's
no.
awesome.
I get that, and you know, your eye should be drawn to the transport itself. I get that,
Yeah.
and that transport looks amazing.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this: who's
So-
not going to who's not going to be able to ride in that? I bet you Primaris Marines can't ride in it. Wolfen can't ride in it, and I'm betting Gene Stealer Cults don't have access to it.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
It's
It's all for Atmec, baby.
But that is definitely an amazing model.
Clint weighed in on it. What he was talking about. He said they're trying to achieve poses that are not really doable in armor like that, and it's making them look weird.
Okay.
I've always loved Forge World, but I think they threw all their eggs in one basket. And when that basket broke and all the eggs fell out, they scrambled. And I think they're trying to recover, is what it is.
Yeah, and I'm very happy to see them putting some stuff out. It's just my own personal, not a professional, disappointment at the quality that they put out. I expected better.
Like the Stormcast heads that they did.
You sound like a disappointed dad.
I do. God dang it! I am sorry, guys.
I expected better from you.
Hey there,
Sonny. This is why I don't have kids. My kids would be. My dad doesn't approve of me. He doesn't approve of my lifestyle. I play Pokemon. Not in this house.
Digimon.
Oh my God, no.
You're no longer my dad if you don't allow me to play Pokemon.
Though I did, I'm sure everybody saw the redacted by Inquisition that they had that one more thing, but it's so awesome we couldn't fit it into the article.
Yeah,
Something Forge World fans have been looking forward to for a very, very long time.
he's got giant wings, and he's the baddest Primarch in existence.
Because he's not. Because every cycle, there's a guy in that chapter that thinks he's a reincarnation of him.
Yep. Well, that would be awesome if it's him.
But it's the grave. You didn't see the sarcophagus on the spider walker legs?
Yeah,
That's him.
Yep.
Did y'all see the rumor mill?
Oh, the radar?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that's Genestealer Cults. I think that's an entirely new one.
That's a Primaris transport piece that goes inside the cab like the Land Raider.
Oh, that's cool. I whatever that piece is, I think we're going to see it in time for the next Vigilance part.
Yep. It's the back on Abaddon's armor.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Hmm. Did you guys get a chance to check out that Genestealer Cult stuff? Did they mention
Which stuff?
the Biophagus, the character,
Oh, that guy.
the new aberrant support character?
Gene Stealer is getting so much love. Them and AdMech. You notice that?
Yeah. Gene Stealer cults. I know people are upset that they're not dropping right now, but I think when they drop, people are going to be just, I don't know, just throwing away their life savings to get this army. There's going to be lots of, I don't even want to call them bandwagoners because, I mean, I don't think it's being a bandwagon. You're just jumping on a new army when it comes out, just like you get a new video game or a new pair of, I don't know, what's the new foot or basketball star, like Michael Jordan tennis shoes or whatever.
I like that was your go-to. That was adorable.
Yeah, but
Shut up.
I kind of laugh at the bandwagoners that are not bandwagoners. They're getting the new pair of kicks kind of guys. But my best thing is when they do that and they didn't wait and just kind of like see how things go, and then they end up selling the army like a couple months later because they're like, oh, I don't like this anymore because it doesn't work and it's not competitive and it's not what I wanted. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you should have just waited instead of jumping on the bandwagon. I mean,
That's actually what happened with a lot of Death Guard players. Because, you know, I've been playing Death Guard forever, and I started seeing all these Death Guard people coming out of the woodworks. And then all of a sudden, like, Death Guard started, like, sloping off pretty quick with competitiveness. And people are like, well, we're done with this.
big models.
That's why at work at the Atomic Hobby Shop, I've been Ronnie and I've been trying to crank out at least the stuff I've been thinking are going to be probably the top at LVO. Getting those, we have a bunch of used models and trying to get those in store ready for people to buy and up online because it's also tax season. So I think we're going to see a lot of bandwagoners jump on, which please do. Please.
Buy all the things.
I mean, I'm kind of jumping on a bandwagon because I'm starting a troll army.
Tell me about that because I want to do a troll army. Oh, what were you going to say, PJ?
I was just going to say, yeah, me and Ski were, Age of Sigmar, me and Ski talked about it. I just need about 24 models, I think, is what we came up with, Ski.
24 to 27, somewhere in that.
24 to 27 models.
Yep.
If they just weren't sold out everywhere, it'd be great.
Yep.
Is this the running the trolls?
Beast of Chaos.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Lots of Beastigores. Beastigores and then Dragon Ogres.
Yep, Dragon Ogres and yep. It's gonna be great. But for the troll side,
coming across the table going, I stomp you.
Yeah, I won't be able to tell you how good the army is because we're not going to see it competitively played at LVO unless they change some rule I haven't seen. So that's kind of unfortunate. I wish that was one of my reasons. I was like, cool, maybe I'll get to see some troll armies, some Gloom Spite, something, but maybe off to the side, people playing, but not competitive tournament, like in the championship or nothing. But for like the regular troll army, I think my list was it 1, that's 5, let's see, 6, 12, 17, I think 17 models that can fluctuate +6 or -3, like, because there's different things you can do with it, but it's not going to be a lot. It's going to be a small army. So I don't know. I think trolls are going to be great. They're going to be scary. I don't think they're going to be super competitive. I just have that sneaky feeling because you don't have enough models on the table. But things will die quick with them.
Things die quick.
Yeah,
I'm still looking at doing the Troggoth or troll. Can I just say troll? Is that all right? The troll army. The what?
the guy that I'm showing, the Dinkhole Troggoth.
Yes. Yeah. I can't. Okay. See if you can answer me this. Am I able to run giants in that list?
There is a battalion, the only battalion for trolls, which is the most expensive battalion for Gloomspite kits, which is 180 points. And one of the things you can do with them is you can have 0 to 2 Ale Guzzler Giants in that battalion, which means you can add them to your army as well. The chat.
What people say in the chat? Am I missing that?
I don't know. Did John freeze? Uh-oh. Yep, he did freeze.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, Seth was saying that I missed some stuff. Who's Dank? What?
Dink called Tragus.
Oh yeah, he is Dank. He's Dinkity Dink.
I think the squigs are going to be amazing. I have a friend going to do a whole squig army, and that's going to cost him like almost $1,000. But it looks amazing. I think the Arachnic armies are going to be amazing. I think. Okay, so Order has Stormcast, which that book is very. They have so many options, right? Khorne has their book, which has so many options, or Chaos in general, I guess you want to put it that way too. But Destruction finally got an army with a lot of options.
Yeah. They all have so many good options now.
Well, do you think that they're doing these big armies like this to help people to get into AOS? Like, because it seems less intimidating. Where you're like, well, you can have 25 models, and that's big enough for a whole army.
Well, they had that for Beast Claw Raiders.
Yeah,
which was less than 25.
that's kind of what I mean. Those
really like
big ones.
Well, the Fire Slayer doors, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a low model count too. I mean, because once you start getting a couple of the big guys in there, right, that kind of fills out a lot of points.
Not as much as you think.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I remember at the Escalation League, the guys that was playing Fire Slayers had a bunch.
It's
Yeah, George did.
Yeah, George. It's an army that it's based off of numbers, and you've got to get your rules right. And there's a lot of factors that army. Any dwarf army right now needs help. Doesn't matter which one it is.
Okay.
Even the spaceship ones?
Oh God, they're horrible right now.
That don't make sense.
They are pretty bad.
They have airships
And they have a 5-up save.
on their airship?
They should have at least a 4-up.
I think one of them has a 4-up. All their infantry guys have 1 wound.
Yeah, but they got a lot of guns and stuff, right?
They're like a glass cannon. That's all they are.
Okay.
And what you do is you shoot them, you get on your boats, you run away, you unload, you shoot them, get on your boats, run away, and if you can do it, that's if you can do it. So
I'm taking that's not a big normal thing that you can do it.
yeah, it's hard, especially with like that kind of army, because if you have 1 wound models, and this is something people don't realize too. So for even I think even 40K, you have bravery or leadership checks. Well, for Age of Sigmar, if you only have 1 wound and your bravery is we'll just say a 4, and you have a unit of 10, and someone kills 6 dudes, you're going to fail your bravery, and which means you're going to probably everything in your rest of your army is dead. Like that squad's dead.
Yeah.
So that's what sucks even worse. Like, oh, cool, I can shoot you in your face, but then I'm going to lose. Deepkin's that way too with their infantry, their Reavers and their Thralls. They're only 1 wound models. 5-up save, low bravery, nothing to help them with their bravery. They go in, they hit something, and then they die. That's all it is.
Makes me sad.
And they're too expensive. That's another issue. The point cost for that is just not. It doesn't work well. But real quick, since John's missing and we're on it, so this new Dankhold Troggoth box, just to let everybody know, it makes one of two things. It either makes the boss, or it makes the other troll, which is cool. Also, I think each model has 2 different heads. I think. Let me look.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
Let's see here. On the boss itself, where's he at? There he is. He's got think he only has one head. Yeah, he has one version of his head. But if you make the other troll, they have 2 head options and 2 club and options. Other than that, what you see is what you get. Not a lot of
You
variation.
always put a different head on, though, right? I mean, that doesn't seem like it matters.
I'm going to. I think having because I'm running 4 at the minimum of these guys, so I'm gonna have guys with different heads. Is that green, Jonathan?
Yes.
Okay. Are you watching it green?
Yes.
Okay.
He's
You know
watching.
why?
It looks really bright.
You know why?
Well, it's spooky.
Well, that, and I'm going back over on like 5 other layers, so the grain's gonna be really, really deep in the recesses. 4 layers, rather. This is just the second part.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Is that like a Crayola brush?
Is it what?
Is that like a Crayola brush that you get from like the It is. It's like one of those kid brushes. My daughters use those. It's so cute.
No, this is just one of those like ones you get at like Walmart for really cheap in a pack.
Is it like for never mind. I was gonna make it funny, but it's not really funny after I thought about it.
Yeah, this is a really cheap brush and it's really crappy, and I use it just for like mass washing because I just get all up in there. It don't even matter.
I
I'm
use
wearing a brush.
mass washing. I use like washcloths and soap.
Ew.
Yeah, I usually use this. I use a loofah and soap. When
There
I'm
you go. Loofah, yeah.
Yeah. It's weird,
Oh man.
man.
Did John message back to do this power again?
Maybe. You know what's gonna be crazy? So next week is a normal week, and then after that we'll do a Tuesday show, and then we'll be leaving for LVO.
Yeah, even that morning. Like so we'll on Tuesday we get done here, whatever time, like 11:30. I'm gonna get a couple hours of sleep, and then I'm off to the airport to get on my flight.
Good Lord. So crazy. It's like I've been waiting for this for like a whole year.
I know.
Dude, did you see, man? I need to go online and buy my Alamo GT ticket. That's
Is it
my,
up?
Oh, yeah.
Are they up?
yeah, they already released Alamo GT stuff.
Oh,
Look, he's flying.
I
Where's
got
Carlos login?
What do you say?
He's missing a piece, man.
He's missing a lot of pieces
Why is he missing pieces for?
because I'm painting them. Okay, you know what? I want to say something. You know how hard this is for me to build this army? It is probably, hey, John.
Oh, he's back.
It is probably the hardest army for me to paint because I'm someone who builds all of his models all together and then paints them. This one is in like 4,000 pieces, and I'm painting 4,000 pieces, and I'm not seeing any of it come together, and it's upsetting.
You're weird.
I'm not weird. I just like when you put it all together and you see the whole concept and then you paint it. But the way I'm painting this one, it's impossible to do. And so I have to do it like this.
You're weird.
You're weird.
I painted my Castellan in like a week and a half. Come on, man. Pick up the pick.
You know what?
Pretty right there.
Do you need help, Jonathan?
No, I'm going to set them up there so they don't fall.
Do you have the link, TJ, for the Alamo GT?
Yeah, I do. I'll put it in the messenger chat.
Because I keep trying to Google it and it's not. it's like, hey, you want the car? You want this? You want that? I'm like,
There you go.
All right. All right. Yeah, anyway, this army has been very difficult for me to paint because I just I don't get the concept. So that's why I actually put some of the armatures together so I can have some concept of my idea on a smaller scale.
8 sniper. 65. So that's that for.
Clint said I am weird, but it has nothing to do with my painting habits. That's right. It has to do with my hair. See this too? I have a plan and a design for everything. You know why my hair is absolutely terrible right now? Is because I'm waiting closer to LVO to get my haircut so it looks on point.
You know, like that's gonna happen.
And that happens all the time. Just not right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Ski? You have a dog butt next to your head, so you can't talk.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where is the Age of Sigmar for Alamo GT. I'm gonna have to contact my group and see what's going on with that.
No. This is the 40K GT.
Yeah, they only do 40K and Blood Bowl there at Alamo.
Oh, they do more than that.
Yeah, so it looks like the GT maybe it was November 3rd and 4th of 2018. So I don't know. It looks like it may be a little later.
So they have Kings of War, 40K, and Darklands Distant Hoofbeats.
What?
Yeah, it's a Kings of War tournament, it looks like.
Yeah, that's Kings of War.
Bull.
But that doesn't even look like it's been updated for a couple years.
I'll send David and Jay a message and find out try to get the scoop on it.
I'm going to look at another site. Because on the Masters, I've got all the Masters tournaments for Age Sigmar. And I want to see if...
Dude, I really hope that... sorry, I was looking at the new Tech Marine that they're releasing for Kilty, the Tech Priest. And I'm very curious if these weapon stats, because normally the weapons have been translating pretty well from 40K to Kill Team, you know, if these are going to be the actual weapons, because his weapon set is pretty cool.
What to do?
Well, it looks like so we can have it's called a Magnarial Lance, 18 inches, heavy 1, strength 7, -3, D3 damage. Involving the shooting, increase the attack damage of 3 if they remain stationary. So it's like it'd be 3 damage. Or it looks like they have a transonic cannon, which is 8 inches, assault D6, strength 4, -1 AP, damage 2, and it automatically hits. So that's a very interesting variation of what the normal Tech Priests have been, because they have Dominuses, and this is a Magnarius. So it could be a very good change for me that I don't have to take a Tech Priest engine seer and then a Dominus, you know. It gives us, may give AdMech and 40K a different choice, which is cool. I wonder if this is going to come out. I wonder if the rules are going to come out in the Vigilus box set.
That's actually
like the Vigilus second book, because this guy looks like he's Stygies, and Stygies is located on Vigilus.
Well, you know, and part of the whole Kill Team scenario is you buy each of those box sets. Each of them have a little like a little pamphlet in there that talks about the different Kill Team sectors or zones that they've been playing in, and Vigilus come up in every single one of them.
Yep. Well, that's going to be cool.
Because you got what, the Kill Team Arena coming out, the Theta 7, Starns, and Sector Frontiers for all Killzone stuff.
Yep.
And then there's, I think, there's 5 novels coming out. 3 of them are reformatted for paperback. One's an audio drama and one's an anthology, which I don't know what's in the anthology, but it's the Gods Immortal for Warhammer Age of Sigmar book.
Interesting.
This is, oh man, it's so interesting.
So what I missed when my internet went out.
We just talked about stuff with other stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm hoping next week if not by next show, maybe I'm assuming we're doing a show right before Vegas.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had talked about that.
Okay. Hopefully I'll have my army fully done by then so I can show it off. Because I had a couple people at the shop in the past week or so ask me how I do the copper and gold armor. So I might try to make a painting tutorial for it if you're interested. Show me how you do yours, TJ.
Oh yeah, I'll show you how I horribly do mine.
Hey, it's better than what I'm doing, which is nothing. But yeah, a couple of people are asking me about that. I haven't done a painting tutorial, and I know we want to get some more content videos up, so I'd like to get that up there.
Ooh. And for people that don't know, too, the next Primarch book from Black Library for limited edition is going to be Angron.
Oof.
Oh, nice.
I just found it out because I'm waiting for the other hardback to come out so I can have you order it, which is that it right there? Yep, it's Corax. And is it already out? No, next month. So if you get a chance, Mr. Dr. Owens, I need the Primarch Corax, Lord of Shadows Primarch book hardback.
Sorry, sir, I'm not on the clock right now.
I know. I'll email it to you.
Damn it.
Hey, John.
Sir.
The that lamp or that camera, the overhead camera is delivered, right?
Yes, the 4K one.
Yeah.
Yes, it's in the office.
Okay, cool. Because we were talking about painting tutorials and stuff. I think it'd actually be pretty good for that.
Awesome. I want to be the guinea pig.
Okay.
Yay.
Let's see this. What is it? Oh.
Because we can even run those live.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Oof, better do my nails.
United with Warhounds. No.
Get your nails did?
Yeah, I've actually got a friend, actually one of the former owners over at Eden. His wife does like these like prints that she does. She put kind of like getting her nails done, but they're like prints like Boba Fett, Wonder Woman, all that kind of stuff. Different nails that you can get on there. So I'm gonna go over there and get that done. I'll do that just for the live show, the live painting show.
Okay.
Cool. Wow. Dripping with enthusiasm there.
Hey, everyone is into their own thing.
Yeah.
You do you, boo-boo.
I'm going to. And I've got so now we got that new camera. You guys can show me how to work the other cameras. Clint is on board with helping me do the editing for the videos for an upcoming project that will start taking place after LVO.
Okay.
So it won't be a live show, but it will be a show. So I don't want to tell anybody yet because I don't want anybody to steal our idea.
It's a good idea.
I think so too. If we pull it off right, I think it's gonna catch on. Next thing you know, we're gonna start getting like 500 new viewers a day or a week. Be up to that 10,000+.
Yep.
That's the dream, at least.
It is. And then GW may look our way. However, what's funny is we do have fans at GW. They know who we are.
Yeah. They really appreciate it if they would maybe say something.
Or send us stuff early to review.
Yes. You know what? And on that note, I'm actually going to do a little outreach to somebody I know, at least the GW North America, and go from there.
Man, I've been working that angle for a while. There's people that there was talk, and there's people that know people, and then there was like, well, how about this? Some chatteroonies.
Do you? Well, I mean, do you have the personal email and know who the head of North America sales is?
No.
Okay, so I got this.
Okay. You'll be the front man.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yes, take it with a grain of salt. I'll be like that. The guy that does all the in between work, and gets the cops to the bad guys and like that. I don't know what do they call those guys? Can't think what they're called. Anyway, he's typing. But yeah, I'll reach out to them and check on that. Oh God.
It's in between, right?
You know what? I don't even have to read.
You know what? I would do that job, especially on Thursdays.
Sorry, my brain just started going, and I'm like,
that's not even where I was thinking, man.
Well, remember, head's in the cloud.
Extreme.
No, because your head's in the cloud.
No, because you took it from a normal 5, because in between you could easily just went with taint, but instead you took it to the next level.
That's PG-13.
It was PG.
Yeah. And nobody knows what we're talking about because you wrote it in the chat.
What? It's called imaginations.
Everyone's like, what do you write? It wasn't taint.
No. Even spell that. No,
tell you what, come and talk to us at LVO and ask us what he typed, and we'll tell you there.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're not at LVO, you're not in the in crowd.
Oh man,
you'll miss out on the fluff.
So Miller is doing the pub crawl with me on Saturday night. So anybody else is interested, that's what I'm doing for Saturday night.
So you're saying Saturday night I'm not going to get any sleep?
I got to play Sunday, so I'm like, whatever. It's an LVO.
I'm an old man. I need my sleep.
Well, all I know is this, guys. I've officially just uploaded my list to LVO.
Ooh.
Did you get points for doing it before the tournament?
No, you just got to have it in by Friday.
Okay.
I figure since I'm sitting here with you guys, I might as well do it right now.
I need to do that. I have to double check, make sure. Well, yeah, I know I have to do it because I got the link from an email today from Frankie about that.
Yep.
Yeah. So I need to get that done. And Clint needs to get that done. He needs to get his list over email. I showed you how to do it, Clint. So just get that done, get it over to me. Make sure you have your relic in there.
So the one thing also I wanted to talk about that I know a lot of people were talking about. Did we all say which Funko Pop we were getting?
I'm getting all of them.
Wait. Oh yeah, I'm getting them all too.
Okay, so y'all were getting them all. What about you, Joe?
I think I'm just getting the Primaris Ultramarine.
That's right. I knew you're an Ultramarine at heart.
Well, there's not. I mean, they don't have the Imperial Fist there, so I have to go with the substandard chapter.
Cool.
I actually know which one I'm going to get. I think the Dark Angel ones, I'm not really liking it. I'm going to have to go with, I just want the Space Wolves one.
That's it.
I love that new Primaris Space Wolves.
All right.
Okay.
Odd Angel Jetpack is pretty cool.
That is.
Yeah, I like the jetpack.
I wish they wouldn't have done the Beaky, but I understand why they did. But I just, well, I think they should have done a pretty boy face on that one.
Well, I can't wait to see what they do for Age of Sigmar.
Well, I have to get the Dark Angel one because they didn't make that's like the only Chaos one they made. So.
Well, no, you got the Ultramarine. I'm telling you, man. There's 2 Chaos and 2 Loyalists. You're good.
See, your dog. When you said that, your dog looked at you and it had to look like, really.
I don't think Ultramarines are anywhere near Chaos.
Because you're Chaos.
Correct.
So they're already Chaos, so how can they be Chaos?
They're not chaos. They're too like.
That's how chaos feels about chaos.
Haha. I'm here to save you.
It's a big ploy. It's okay.
All right.
I think. I don't know. They're too nice.
Oh, so something I was going to tell you guys. I don't know if I did on Blackstone Fortress. We have to find 4 more clues, and we made it to the hidden vault.
Oh snap!
You already beat 4 strongholds.
And we almost died out of the 4. 2 of them we are just insane. Out of the 4, 2 are probably difficult. Because one level, everything spawns normally on one level. For reinforcements, you get to the other level, you have 10 and above or 10 and below. You have 50% chance to spawn reinforcements the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's just that one. Oh my god.
I'm close to getting my last clue for the 3rd stronghold.
Okay. It's great, man. I can't wait. I mean, I'm not really stoked about the expansion because of the direction they're taking.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
And the whole Amble thing is just like, really?
Yeah.
But you know what? It still might be cool.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah. But
It's amazing.
I just think it's probably one of the better quests games out they've made so far.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you throw a fist play, and I'm telling people this, if they play a game, either Hammerhall or, well, we'll just say Blackstone Fortress, we'll stay on that. If you play it with the AI, without the 5th player, it's easy in aspects of difficulty level.
Yes.
You cannot do the shenanigans if a 5th player was playing that game.
I'll tell you, I'm doing it as a 1 player, and I mean it's still difficult, but I couldn't imagine having that 5th player in there moving against you. It's already kind of difficult with just you and the AI, but
Yeah,
an actual thinking person in there, yeah, that'd be hard.
because there's decisions that you could do to mess up every character in that game where their abilities or their strategies do not work.
You know what? We should get every one of us should get one guy painted up, and then get all the bad guys painted up, and start maybe doing a bi-monthly or whatever, twice a month, do a Blackstone Fortress video.
Oh, I'm in game. I think I brought that up a while back, but
Okay.
I am totally game. The game is.
You know what would be awesome this weekend? If we could stream the games. Stream the tournament game.
Well, we might be able to. I'm going to be too busy being a TO / playing Anthem at the store, but somebody else might be able to do it.
I mean, I'll be working, but I mean, I should be able to run it. Well, I got to run the front, but oh wait, no, Saturday. Saturday, I'm not working. Friday, I can help set everything up. But Saturday,
You gotta play.
I'm playing
I mean, once everything's on, all you gotta do is press a button.
pretty much.
I mean, we could stream 3 games, That way, if you get full on tables, we can run another table.
Yeah, well, we're also doing it where it's going to be the terrain's going to be set up like they are at LVO. We have a guy who has got some pictures that we're taking of the actual terrain set up, and we're going to be setting it up like that for everybody. So,
I don't like that idea. I want to have original terrain.
What's that?
I want to have no terrain. We don't need it.
does it sound like TJ's in like a underwater aqua stadium?
Yes.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you. I've never been to an underwater aqua stadium, so I don't really know, Jonathan.
I'm underwater.
You know what? Hey, TJ, what I'm going to do is maybe a future tournament after LVO prep tournaments. We'll do one where we have at least one scenario is a Wild West shootout. So what we'll do is every table will set up basically a blind, and neither opponent can see where they're setting up. And there's no terrain on the table. And all you do, you can place anywhere as long as it's not past the halfway point in the board, and then you go. And well, we did that once at right when Battle Foam was getting just kind of getting started. They sponsored a tournament in Arizona, a Wild West Shootout, and the 5th game was that. It was during 5th edition when the DACA Carnifexes were big, and man, we'd set up no terrain. Everybody was setting up within like 2 inches of the center of the board, and it was just this mass shootout. And I mean, just games were getting done like within 2 rounds. It was crazy.
That would be amazing. That'd be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. Really, really a lot of fun. Like, oh my God, like so much fun. So we were Tactica tonight. Did y'all want to go through the Tactica tonight?
Go for it.
Me go for it?
What was the tactics? I can't remember what it was.
It was Call the Heroes.
Oh, Call the Heroes.
Let me get a codex. 1 second.
He went to go call a hero.
Well, I'm here. I'm an Ultramarine.
All right.
I thought you were Iron Hands.
No, I'm an Ultramarine tonight, man. Ultramarine right there, baby.
He is an Ultramarine tonight. Okay. So this is just most people probably already know about this tactic, but I think you'll start seeing a lot more, and you'll definitely see it at Vegas. This is if you're running a Custodes army, and regardless if you've got like the Loyal 32 or Knights or whatever, this tactic involves you taking a Vexillus Praetor, which is like the standard bearer, and then at least a squad of 3 Alurus Custodian Terminators. You could do more. I'm going to recommend 5. And it's kind of a mid-game play, usually around maybe turn 2, maybe turn 3. So you advance with your Vexilla Praetor. I recommend giving them the Vexilla Magnifica. That's the banner that allows them to be -1. Your opponent has -1 to hit rolls when they're shooting at you.
Yeah.
That gives you a little bit more protection as you're advancing. And to get him up there safely, you're probably going to want to, because he has to walk on foot, you're going to want to move up with a couple other Guardian squads or Custodian Guard squads with storm shields and swords, at least in both squads, or a mix of them. That way they can absorb a lot of that incoming fire and keep him nice and safe. Another option, and this might come into play, especially with the way ITC or the LVO terrain is starting to look, is you take 1 in Terminator armor, and you're going to end up deep striking him in turn 2, but this won't let you do anything until turn 3. Once you get them up close enough, you are going to do 2 things. You're going to spend a stratagem or a command point to do the Vexilla Teleport Homer stratagem, which you can, at the end of the phase, you can deep strike in a Adeptus Custodes unit within 6 inches of a friendly Praetor, and they have to be more than 3 inches away from an enemy. So this kind of bypasses that 9 inches away from an enemy. And that's it. Now it gets costly, and that's why you'll probably see it with the 32. Because that's a 3 command point strategy. Then you're going to go ahead and deep strike your Terminators in within 6 inches of him, 3 inches of your enemy. And then you're going to activate Unleash the Lions. And what this does is in the next turn or the start of your next movement phase, you're going to take a Terminator Custodian unit, and immediately you're going to separate them all into characters. They're all just going to separate. They're all going to be individual models, individual characters. And what this is going to do for you is kind of help spread that fire, all the incoming fire that they're going to take. Now your opponent is going to have to target each of those individually, which is going to buy the rest of your army time to get up there and get get into the mix. And I mean, each of these Terminators by themselves, they've got the axe, they've got the grenade launcher, and if you're smart, you give them that Misericordia, the dagger, and that gives them 5 attacks at strength 8, -2 AP, and D3 damage each. So it gets you anywhere from, if you run the 5, at least 3 to 5, or if you run more. I've seen one guy ran 9 of these Custodian Terminators and deep struck them in on turn 2. Basically, though, you're just deep striking in a crap ton of character models that have to be dealt with individually, instead of taking, say, a unit of 25 Ludus and popping all the strats to get the double shooting and everything else that could wipe out that unit of 9. Now they've got to target individually, and that mob of 25 can only target one guy at a time. So it's a risk. It's a high risk, high reward strategy, but you can get there, deep strike in, tie up a lot of units while the rest of your army is advancing.
That is a very interesting strategy.
It's costly, because it's 5 command points that you got to dump into that.
I like it a lot. You have to try something like that, but because I'm not quite, now that they've redone, the bolter thing, and then that will be in effect for the next Grand Tournament I'm going to go to. That I may play my Deathwing, or I want to play my Custodes. So it's one of those things to where if I play the Custodes, I think that's definitely something I want to do, is have like maybe 5, 6 Terminators, deep strike them in. It's only single mono codex build, but I think with that, deep striking 5 to 6 Terminators is going to be pretty effective. And
well, even 3 Terminators would be a major plus. You could collapse a whole flank with just 3 of those guys running around.
Oh yeah, I do like that. I thought I didn't know you were going to bring up a specific, what's it called? Specific example of how to use characters. I thought we were going to have a giant character discussion.
Oh no, sorry. No, I just
I do like that. That is I think we may see a Custodes army. If you are an LVO, you may see, if they have Custodes and you see that across the board, be aware that they may be doing that.
2 of the top 3 in ITC right now with Custodes will be there with Custodes.
Okay. So I think that is a valid tactic, and it is something that people do internetless build. So I think it is something you will see, even if you're not playing on the top table, and when someone brings Custodes, that's definitely a tactic you will see versus Custodes.
That's all I've got for that.
That's good. I was just going to some of the other things I think that are very well that you need to think about with your characters when you're picking your characters. Just another tactical note is, what does your army do most effectively, right? And what characters do you have in your army that can benefit that? So if your army is a close combat army, best idea is not to take a shooting character that gives you shooting bonuses, and then just always be. So I think that's the first thing when you start looking at your army. Take a look at what your whole army does effectively, and then read your characters and what their buffs are, and figure out what character best fits your army on how it performs on the tabletop. Very simple. So just keep that in mind when you're list building, guys.
Yeah, to go along with that, you need to be thinking with, especially with the characters, everybody has to have a role. The army has to have synergy. You cannot, when you go to GTs and majors, you cannot have throwaway units. Because you're going up against a lot of very talented, intelligent players, and they see those units out there, they're garbage. They're garbage units. They're not going to do anything, so they'll ignore it and go after the meat and potatoes. So you need to make sure that when you're picking those characters or those other units, that everybody has some sort of synergy, some sort of part to play in the game.
Yep. So I think that's something everyone should think about when you think about your characters. So hope that helps out. But other than that, I mean, I think that's a very good tactic, John, on how to play Custodes and make them very effective. So props, bro. Props.
We'll see if it works.
I think it will.
Strategy way.
I'm not very smart in that strategery.
Not a smart man, but I do know what love is.
Well, guys, I think it's about that time.
Yep. So we got what, 2 more shows before LVO.
2 more shows before LVO, and then we will be live at LVO, doing live things. Well, we're going to be at the event center as well, and we're going to be doing things probably at night. Fun things.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what fun things you're talking about.
Sleep.
Well, I mean, obviously things you can stream on YouTube. Jeez.
I could stream me sleeping in bed.
Just talking about like high-fiving out in Vegas. I'm like, woo.
We're high-fiving people now?
Yes, we're gonna be doing that all weekend, TJ.
I thought there was a
High-fives all around. Like,
recreating a dance or some kind of singing, dancing thing.
Well, I'm down.
right, yeah, we do that. Like one of those Japanese, was that Kura Kura dances?
Yeah, I got some outfits I could bring. We'll be set.
My wife has a outfit. I don't think I fit in it, but I can force it, and then it would be even more amazing.
No.
Jonathan, you're about my size, so I got some stuff you could wear.
Oh,
No. I've already seen it in a Lady Gaga outfit. I'm not doing this again. No.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You're probably a wedges type of guy, not heels, aren't you, Jonathan?
I wish I could be funny and keep on going with what I don't know what we're talking about. I know what heels are, but I don't know what wedges are.
Okay, I got you covered.
Okay. Probably wedges?
Ask your wife.
Okay.
I know what wedges are, and I don't have any.
Are wedges the thick ones that are more like thick?
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. Looks like a wedge. Anyway, man, it's late, and we're talking about some silly things. Anyway, as always, thank you to our Patreon supporters, as awesome as they are. Hopefully, we can soon get some mics going on for the live stuff. TJ's face is always priceless.
No. No, I'm not getting any mental images. No.
He's getting mental images of high heels and flats or wedgies, whatever.
All
right.
Whoa, you're getting weird now.
All right, guys. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone who participated in chat. It was a lot of fun, a lot of conversation going on, and we will see you on Tuesday.
All right,
Bye, guys.
Bye.